Ooh, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Joe Yuna Ime back at it again with the latest episode of One Piece, guys. This episode of One Piece was amazing, guys. We actually get to see the reveal of Momonosuke dragon form for the first time, and I ain't gonna lie to you guys, it looked pretty much amazing. We gotta get into that. We even get to see the continuation fight of Yamato versus Kaido as well. Guys, you got a lot of new information. Hope you guys watch straight down to the end. Hope you guys like this video and subscribe to this channel. Let's get right into it, guys. This episode began with the Wano samurai was actually trying to protect the fight with Sanji and Zoro, where none of the members from Kaido would be able to come in and intervene and interfere with our fight. We actually get to see Sanji and Zoro fight for just a few moments. Sanji versus Queen and Zoro versus King. And we get to see a beautiful standoff with some nice sword play with Zoro in the standoff, guys. Then we actually get to see the continuation with Frankie after he had defeated one of the Toby Robo members, guys. That was a beautiful fight. We actually see Frankie jump out of his suit and actually used the radical beam, and he had destroyed his opponent, guys, like a boss. You know it is. We even get to see some of Trafalgar Law members actually come and help Frankie because he actually got into a little pinch with some of the Kaido members who actually was ready to take him down, and there was a lot of them that was coming back to back. So that was pretty awesome as well. We get to see the Panda guy and two of the other members. Then we see Nami, Usopp, and actually still trying to leave the floor to actually save themselves from being attacked and try to reach to the performance floor where Sanji and Zoro is actually fighting right now. But Usopp had actually fallen off the horse and he have to end up battling by himself. Which, you know, Usopp is strong but does actually have him nerfed for some reason. And this is a beautiful display. We actually get to see Usopp was around a lot of other members from Kaido's team, and Big Mom was actually fighting with Trafalgar Law and Kid, and we get to see her haki when she released her King's haki, and all the members around Usopp was actually fallen, and we actually see Usopp was stand up and he was not affected at all. So you know right there, if you could actually not be damaged by Conqueror's haki, which at King level, you know that Usopp is actually strong, but they just nerf him for some reason. We get to see Trafalgar Law and Kid fighting Big Mom. Ooh wee, guys, that was a beautiful standoff for this little moment we get to see, because you're only seeing clips at each one of the fights that is going on right now. We get to see Big Mom release some menacing haki, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Pretty strong. Even Kid and Law was actually getting pushed back a bit just by her release of her Conqueror's haki. By Big Mom releasing her haki, and members of the Kaido team was actually dropping around Usopp, some other members who come in to fight and actually saw some of the other Kaido members on the floor, they actually heard from one of the other members that it is Usopp who was releasing that level of Conqueror's haki. So Usopp took advantage of that moment and he basically made himself like a god or a leader and basically have everyone bowing to him. So he's actually going to control some of the Kaido members, which is beautiful. That is typical Usopp. I don't know why they don't just give Usopp some Conqueror's haki and just make him OP and just let him be able to infuse it in all his weapons and stuff like that, and just make him a pure monster. Don't know why they just do that. We get to see our man Brook with Robin. He was actually trying to save Robin still after her last fight with one of the Tobirobo members, and she been exhausted and she had fainted away, and my man Brooke is actually trying to save her and at the same time not be burned, because the part of the performance floor that they are at is actually burning right now. Brooke is more worried about being cremated, which he said he had already been cremated, which he didn't realize that he never been cremated. Only Brooke could be like that, guys. Only Brooke. We also get to see our man Jinbei, who actually fight with one of the other members who was actually pretty strong. We actually get to see why he was actually considered a warlord of the sea, because he whipped that member real bad, and that guy was actually a past CP0 member who Jinbei had actually fought. And to beat a CP member, you have to be real good, because they actually have a lot of abilities that not much people have, and they're actually the best of the best. So most CP0 members is actually the best at the best, and Jinbei was able to beat him with ease and with no problem at all. Then we get to see Yamato is actually fighting against her father, who is Kaido, and actually holding him off until our boy Luffy catch back himself and come back into the game. I would say Yamato is actually pretty strong, because to actually stand up against Kaido for so long and not be knocked out is real good, because even Trafalgar Law and Kid, when they now stand up against Kaido, actually was having a little hard time at the start. And to stand up so long fighting against Kaido, you have to have some good haki, real good haki. Even though we know Yamato actually have a legendary Devil Fruit as well, but still, it is an impressive feat to actually stand up against Kaido and survive so long. Even Luffy, when he had met Kaido the first time, he didn't even last that long. He take his club in his hand and just knock Luffy straight into a wall where Luffy had passed out for a few days. We actually get to see Jack fight against a dog who is actually taking revenge for Pedro and also losing his foot. And we get to learn of why he actually lost his foot standing up to Jack when he was actually looking for Renzo when Jack had first came to the land of Wano. So that was actually a pretty awesome standoff as well, where we get to see Jack attack Dog, and Dog actually stand up pretty good against him. His training that he had trained throughout those years for this final battle was actually pretty awesome. It actually made him pretty strong, to be honest with you guys. We actually see where Jack actually attacked him, and when Jack attacked him, Dog have a sword on his foot, and we actually see two swords clash, and we actually see a little red, which seems to be that two of them actually have some Conqueror's haki in them, which is pretty awesome, where we get to see Dog actually grab Jack and actually pelt him straight outside. Right, that is show you how much strength and how much power he have in him. That was actually a beautiful display of power as well. And we get to see Dog transforming into one of their legendary form, because he's outside now and the moon is shining on his back, which is pretty awesome. So we're supposed to see a beautiful display of fighting in the next upcoming episode with both of them. Right? Basically, we just get a lot of introduction to different fights in this episode, either continuation or either ending fights or other fights that will begin in the next rounds coming up. We even see the cat and all to actually meet up with the lolly guy who actually fought against Pedro, and where Pedro actually self-destruct was to actually kill him. We actually see Cat transform as well, right, into his legendary form as well under the moon, and he's actually going up against the lollipop guy, which is pretty awesome as well, right? So that is our next one of this one is Big Mom member here, our next one is Kaido member. So You get to see a beautiful showdown with that as well for the next episode as well. We also get a little touch of Renzo actually fighting one of the Tobirobo members on them, and this one is a showdown with shuriken and ninjutsu style fighting. So you get to see a little shadow clone display from Renzo, which was pretty awesome. A lot of people was looking and hype up for this fight and actually seeing it animated, because who don't like to see ninjas throwing shuriken and doing shadow clone ninjutsus, right? You know, our favorite show for that was Naruto. We still love it. We want to see it in One Piece as well. And then we get the final finale, guys, where everyone had been waiting for, guys, and that is Momonosuke in his dragon form. We actually did not get to see him in his human form as yet, but we can wait for that. But we actually get his dragon form, and everyone who saw him in his dragon form was actually scared of Momonosuke. That means he was actually looking that menacing, and I would actually believe that his haki level should have raised as well, because now our man Momonosuke is 28 years old. So this dragon that you guys seen is a 28-year-old Momonosuke in his dragon form, right? So older as he get, meaning as his dragon form should get more advanced, and it should get more bigger, because if his age made it get so big, it would mean that Momonosuke still have more room to grow. So in next episode, we should actually get to see Momonosuke climb in, going up to back to Kaido and actually carrying Luffy with him. We also get to learn that Momonosuke actually looks like Oden apparently. So that is something we'll have to be waiting for to see in the reveal. Hope you guys like this episode. Hope you guys like this review, this recap, guys. It's your boy Joe Yunaimi. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys had reached so far. Comment below and let me know what you guys think about this episode. The upcoming episode is going to be pretty much awesome. You get to see Momonosuke is carrying back Luffy straight back up to the moving island in the sky. We get to see the continuation fight with Yamato, and we get a backstory as well with Yamato, and we'll see Yamato using her full power fighting against Kaido and pushing Kaido a little more to his limits. Alright guys, this was your boy Yunaimi, and I'm out. Peace.